Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. Actually, I have the solar eclipse date, September 21st, 2025, which is coming up very soon at 12:43 p.m. on the West Coast, where I have in San Francisco, California, where we have the sun at the anaretic degree of Virgo at 29 degrees, and it's opposing Saturn, and so is the moon, which will be. I'm going to show you this really interesting because I wanted to show. So, yeah, my name is Stephen the Jupiterian. I am a whole sign Western tropical astrologer and tarot card reader. And we have Mars also at the 29th degree of Libra, and it'll be moving in. Mars will be moving into Scorpio on Monday, yes, the 22nd, and then the Sun moves into Libra, and I'll show you this right now. So yeah, so here we go. We're gonna move this into out from in hours. The Moon moves first into Libra, and we move another hour, and then another hour, another, and yet another, till one of these planets changes signs on the 22nd. I'm going to do this slow so I don't be so. Mars has moved into Scorpio at the early morning of 2:43-ish, 2:40, something like that. Yeah. Let's move this back in a minute. 2:30-ish or something like that. So it moves on the 22nd. And then the sun is still at 29 degrees of Virgo in the early morning hours. And then we'll move it. Yeah, why not? So it'll be around 2, I think, or so. And then we'll move this into hours. Move it back an hour. Okay. At 1:10 a.m. It'll be 4 o'clock on the East Coast. And add 5 hours from that. It'll be morning, late morning, close to the afternoon overseas in London or UK time. Now, let's move this ahead. In hours, when does the sun enter Libra? It's going to be on the 22nd. Later in the day on the 22nd. See, what about 12? So let's move this into minutes now. 12:59. Well, 29 degrees and 59 minutes. Close. Not quite yet. There we go. At 11:20. $11:19 to be exact. No, 11:20. The sun moves into the sign of Libra at 11:20 a.m. on the west coast of San Francisco. Add 3 hours, and you're on the east coast. That's how much the 3 hour difference from the west coast, from San Francisco to, let's say, Pennsylvania or New York, Virginia, even same time zone on the East Coast. So 11:20 plus 3 hours, 2:20 p.m., where we have the sun, Mercury, and the moon all in the sign of Libra. Has moved into Scorpio. It's already at 17 minutes in the sign. So Mars is in the sign that it rules, Libra. The sun is in Libra. So that is, the sun is in its fall, but it's interestingly, Mercury in Libra is a good thing. It's in an air sign. It doesn't have any dignity, though. These don't have any dignity at all. Um, I think. Let's see. The moon, no. The sun is in fall. Mercury is in a mutual reception with Venus, because Venus is in Libra's sign, and Mercury is in Virgo's sign. They have a mutual reception, so they can actually communicate with each other. Even though they don't see each other, there's a way to communicate with them. They are in mutual reception to one another. Mars is now in its rulership. One of them, anyway, yes, in Scorpio. And the other, Mars rules also Aries, ruled by Aries, is the other. So there you go. That's pretty neat. Ju- uh, Jupiter is still exalted in Scorpio, in Cancer. Um, Saturn, well, it has only a dignity by term. So it has some dignity, not much, but it has dignity by term. And so yeah, if you're Scorpio rising, this is going to be a really cool time for you. Scorpio rising, Mars is in your sign, and taking action in emotional ways, emotional action. And Mars in Aries is physical action. The Scorpio is a water sign, and Aries is a fire sign. So this is like passion and drive. This is drive emotionally in Mars, in Scorpio, drive passionately in Aries. So there you go. There you go. So if you're Sagittarius rising, let's move this to the next sign, Sagittarius rising. So Sagittarius, you're ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is in your 8th house. This eclipse is happening in your 10th house, and then the Sun, Moon, and Mercury move to your 11th house of friends, benefactors, social groups, your social circles, your uh, people you are friends with. Mars is in your 12th house. So actions can be taken by hidden enemies at this time. Because the 12th house is hidden enemies. It could be foreign lands, offshore accounts, um, also self-undoing. So don't do anything foolish or rash at this time. Um, yeah, it'll cause you to have some self-undoing here. Mars in your 12th house. Although, if you have any planets in the 12th house, like I do, my ruling planet Jupiter is in Scorpio. So this is a very spiritual house for me. So that's the 12th house is also spiritual. Um, spirituality. So is the 8th. That's like occult sciences, the 8th house, where Jupiter is transiting. Venus is still in Virgo in your 10th house. So making things, being precise, being absolutely spot on your with making money in your career. We have the Sun, Mercury, and we, as we said, in the 11th, and then uh, so Mars is the only planet. Well, besides the Sun, Mercury, and the Moon, all have moved into Libra by now, and Mars, and Neptune is at 0 degrees, still retrograde. So is Saturn. And they will be retrograde. They will be conjunct very soon in Pisces, back in Pisces next month, I believe. Is it? Yes, maybe. Let's move this ahead in month. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Neptune is in Pisces. And that's the only planet that's changed signs, except the moon. That moon changes signs every 2.5 days. So yeah. And then let's move this. So we have Pluto moving direct, which is really good. Uranus is still retrograde in Gemini at 0 degrees. I moved a degree in a month. Where in December, Uranus will be moving back into Taurus. And go. Let's see. All right, let's go back to Sagittarius. Okay, then we move. Uh, Capricorn. Oh, Capricorn, you're ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is in Pisces. You're in your third house. But this eclipse is happening in your ninth house on the 21st. Then the sun and the moon move into your 10th house of your career, public reputation. Capricorn, this is a great time for you. And yeah, so even Sagittarius, Capricorn. All right, let's see. What else is there? Well, Jupiter is in your seventh house of one-to-one relationships, the marketplace, your your clients, um, also business partners or your significant other. So yes, that's all the seventh house. But we're focused on Capricorn. You're focused on your third house because your ruling planet is here, Saturn, in the third house of neighbors, siblings, um, your local neighborhood, local environment, your familiar environment, places you go to regularly. And so yes, actually, it was the sun was and the moon were opposed Saturn on the 21st. So let's move this into another hour. Aquarius. Aquarius rising. Well, Aquarius, you're also ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is in your second house of money, your possessions, your um your speaking, speak how you uh well, how you communicate. The third house is how the house of communications. Um, so Saturn in the second house, retrograde, could bring delays of some kind to possessions and money in some way for you. But this new this new moon solar eclipse was in your eighth house of occult studies and other people's money, which is actually that's a really good thing. And then now it's in the ninth of higher learning, book publishing. Maybe you'll have a book, get a book publishing deal, or finish that book publishing deal. Um, a book proposal, or travel, foreign travel. All right, let's go on to our Pisces. Pisces rising. You're ruled by Jupiter as well, just like Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. But Jupiter is in your fifth house of creativity, children, expansion of their creative project, or expanding some kind of something creative. Um, entrepreneurial, expanding your some kind of something here and cleaning it up. We have hygiea here. Hygiea is hygiene. So, yeah, taking care of something in the fifth house of fun, creativity, children, speculative gains, cleaning up anything that maybe may have gone a bit overboard. So that's a good time now to clean that up. Mars is in your ninth house. Mars also cuts and severs. Also takes some emotional toll here on foreign travel, mm, uh, higher learning. So, mm, that wouldn't be a good time to, yeah, we're cutting and severing here. We're taking action emotionally, intense, intense emotion on an intentional s- course of study, or it's not a great. I wouldn't advise taking a trip at this time. Pisces rising. Alrighty. Let's see. And I think that's about it. Saturn is in your Saturn is also in your sign. So there may be delays and, and things that your lessons to be that you are relearning or that you may have forgotten about need to be looked at again. Okay. So now we're moving on to Aries. Well, Aries, Neptune is in your sign. Huh. Well, that could be spiritual. That could be whole, like people are not seeing you for who you truly are. Um, you may not even notice things about yourself because there's like um a cloud, an overhead, or a veil that's hidden from others' viewpoint about you. And but Aries, you're ruled by Mars, and Mars is in your eighth house of research, taking to some occult studies. Actually, Mars is a great planet, place in Scorpio to do some deep, penetrative study of the occult, study of doing all kinds of research, magic, mystery. And eighth house is also your money, other people's money. Maybe you're taking care of cutting those uh, credit cards in half. Credit card that is being cut. So, Taurus, you're ruled by Venus in your fifth house. So, Taurus, you may be starting to be more precise and thinking creatively, analytically through creative project, or thinking about creative projects with an analytical mindset or an analytical aesthetic. You'll be busy and taking care of health issues and routine, pets, And a job, this is like your job that you pays your bill. A job that you need to do that no one really knows about. So, yeah. Sixth house. All right. Moving on to Gemini. Well, Gemini, Uranus is in your sign, has been in for a while, has been there for a while. It's going retrograde. It'll be going back into Taurus by the end of the year, and then it'll be back into Gemini next year, 2026. We will talk about that when the time comes. When Uranus moves into Gemini, into Taurus, but then this new moon eclipse is in your fourth house of home, real estate, your private life. Um, Now it's in your fifth of creativity. Actually, you'll be dealing with more creative people, children, your children, um, communications with your children, and so yeah, or and grandchildren maybe. Um, but you're ruled by Mercury, and that's in your fifth house. So you'll be communicating about creative projects and children, something entrepreneurial maybe. In the fifth house, Mars is in your sixth house. Maybe changing something about your job, changing something about a health routine, a daily routine that you do to stay healthy, because sixth house and the first house are all about health issues. This is personal health. This is the routines you do for yourself and work you need to do on yourself. Alrighty, let's move on. Well, Saturn is in your 10th house, so that's about career thinking, rethinking, hashing, rethinking something about your public reputation, career. All right, moving on up to Cancer. Sun, moon, rising. Well, this is mostly rising sign. Cancer rising. Jupiter is in your sign. Maybe you're expanding your your personality, your waistline may expand as well. Um, but yeah, actually, I would say that the moon rules you, is ruled by you, and that is in your fourth house of home. Maybe you're getting a home gym, or doing something, taking care of things that in your private life and at home. Um, Balancing your private life and career or studies, balancing a lot of things here. The sun opposes Neptune. So, yeah, something about your career may be hidden from you, or there could be deception, denial, or something about career. Cancer rising. Okay. Let's move on. Do we want to move on yet? Oh, Mars is in your fifth house. Just moved into your fifth house. So that's children. Your uh, Mars is taking action. Mars is cutting and severing emotional ties with, maybe you're cutting and severing emotional tie with a project you no longer need to do, or children are leaving the nest. Um, all right. So yeah, there we go. Leo is next. Leo rising. Oh, Leo, you're ruled by the sun, and the sun is in your third house of your neighborhood. Sibling. You'll be communicating more with your siblings, Leo rising. Communicating communications will get so much better with Mercury in the third house. Mercury is the planet of communication in the house of communication with the sun. So this is really beneficial for you, Leos, to build on and study. This is the house of learning. Yeah, this is the house of learning, and the ninth house is the house of writing, book publishing. This is also higher learning, the ninth house. So I am relearning something. Mars in your fourth house. Downsizing in the home, maybe. Uh, um, so that's possible for that. Uh, so this new moon was in your second house, eclipse, and your second and eighth house. So this was all about money and speech. So yeah. All right, moving on up to Virgo. Sun, moon rising, mostly rising. This is Venus is in your sign. You will start to exemplify or look more um, appealing. Your appearance will be you'll be you'll be more radiant with Venus in your first house. But Mercury is your ruling planet, and it is in your second house. So you're not only being looking your best, you'll be communicating and dealing with money, balancing your money. And there you go. Yeah. Mars is in your third house of communication. So cutting, severing something, or maybe something that you learned will no longer want to learn about. And decide to let that go, release that, cut it out of everything from that. Now, Saturn is in your seventh house. So, you're learning something, lessons or delays. Could be some kind of delay with the seventh house issues of one to one relationships, the marketplace, clientele, clients. And let's see, what else do we want to look at? Well, Jupiter is expanding your friend group and social situation. This is a good thing for you, Virgo, cleaning up, expanding your friend zone. And and then last, Libra. Well, Libra. This new moon was happening in your 12th house, Libra. So you'd probably be doing many things, uh, um, self undoing, possibly. or being very spiritual, having a spiritual practice that will tend to be uh, well, you're passive aggressive anyway. Mercury's in your sign, and you'll probably be communicating, and Mercury rules your 12th house. We have Venus there, and the Sun and the Moon were there until the 22nd, and Mars was in your sign, and now it's in the second house of money. Cutting down on spending, maybe. It's a good time to cut down on spending, um, build up that bank account, take some action here, Libra. And let's see. Well, Libra, you're ruled by Venus, and Venus is in your 12th houses instead. Yeah. You have a lot going on in your 10th house, so expanding your career, public reputation, something about your personal life, your one-to-one relationship, your clients or your spouse, significant other, the marketplace, uh, Neptune here is, well, that's bringing in, that could be some kind of delusion or something that you're not seeing, that, or your spouse is not seeing in you. And now I'm going to stop my share. Started with Cancer, Scorpio today. So yeah, Scorpio. Mars is in your sign. That's where we started. With Mars. And now I'm going to stop the share. And I'm going to pull one card for each from my Light Seers deck. Okay. This time I'm going to start with Aries. I think I should have pulled a card after, but hey, I want to do it this way. We're going to pull a card for Aries. Okay. Well, Aries, we have the Six of Pentacles. Pennies from heaven for Aries. Penny pinching. So yeah, Aries. That's what I have for you. The Six of Pentacles. Something material is coming your way. And then we have for Taurus, we have the Eight of Wands. Well, uh, Taurus, you may be grappling with others about some problem. Uh, so yeah. So you may have some conflict, Taurus. Well, Gemini, seems like you're gonna have some fun. We have the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands. Celebrating. Actually, that's pretty good. Actually, I would say it's a good time to celebrate with family and yeah, and all that stuff. Cancer. Hey, Cancer. We got your card, the Chariot. Which direction are you going to be just choosing to go in? The Chariot. Oh, Libra. Well, it's time to go within. Take some take a note from Libra Virgo. This is Virgo sign in Libra. Hey, actually, um, so yeah, time to go into hermit mode, healing, spirituality, Libra. Oh, Virgo, you're going to be spreading your wings, Virgo. All this Venus in your sign. Spread those wings, get the promotion, raise, yeah, go to higher heights. All right. Libra. Oh, wait, no. Aries, Taurus. Leo. Oh, this is Leo. Sorry. Leo. Virgo. Libra. It's time to surrender, Libra. Leo, it's time to go into hermit mode, I guess. I would say. Maybe. And look to spirituality for you, Leo. And then Libra. Scorpio. Ooh. We have the Ace of Wands, Sagittarius, the Ace of Cups. Oh, heart-centered thing for Ace of Cups for Sagittarius. For Scorpio, though, it's almost like renewing that heart, the third eye, opening that uh third eye chakra. Scorpio. Sagittarius. Time to get heart centered, Sagittarius. And yeah, new a new thing for the heart chakra. Okay. Capricorn. Well, uh Capricorn. I know there's a whole lot of ideas going on. You're worried about something, but there's this white bird here is a new spark of something for you, Capricorn. Something new, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. Hmm. We have the Page of Cups, and then Pisces. Ooh, and then Pisces. We have you. This is really good for you. You have the Emperor, Mars energy here. Utilize that Mars energy part, Pisces, because Mars is going to be is trying your Mars is trying Jupiter in Cancer. But back to Aquarius. Um, you don't believe things until you see them. Like Aquarius is like, um, show me something true. Show me something that I can logically understand and not where when pigs fly. And I want to see the love connection here. So that's interesting for you all 12 signs. So with that, I am Stephen the Jupiterian with your report for this new moon eclipse in Virgo, Sun moving into Libra, Mars changing signs into Scorpio. So it's quite interesting. Find that all these cards are sort of guiding you in these directions. So with that, I'm gonna say I'm Stephen the Jupiterian. Thanks for watching, and well, have a very great week ahead. This eclipse is very close. Very close indeed. Uh, I did this video very close to the eclipse that we're having on the 21st. So with that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. And whew, I got through with this one. Take care, everybody. Bye.